Hey Adam, thanks so much for coming on. So just to start off with, tell me a little bit about your business.
We are a website design and development agency based out of Mississauga. We specialize in design and development, and we've been around since 2010.
Hmm.
We are an award-winning agency, and essentially we make things that look pretty but are also functional.
What's your role in this organization?
I'm the founder and CEO.
Okay. And before working with us, what were you doing?
It was all inbound, right? So
All inbound.
everything was organic, inbound, SEO, and the referrals were fairly low. It was mostly organic SEO that was bringing in traffic.
Okay. And so what were you trying to do? Like, what were some of your frustrations around that?
So it wasn't turning on the tap. It came in when it came in, and it was frequent in some months, like 1 to 3 a day, and then it was less frequent in some months, 1 to 3 a week. And but it was not predictable as to how much effort was put into how much was coming back on a regular, predictable basis. I couldn't turn it on and turn it off whenever I felt like it.
And so with the system we built for you, did you see that as a way to kind of consistently bring in clients, like a predictable stream?
Definitely. So I think part of it was being able to ramp it up and know that consistently we're going to be reaching out to X amount of people, so we can start to put percentages towards that and say, okay, even if we had 10% or 20% of those people actually interested, maybe 5% or 10, 50% of the interested people will actually book a call. So you can start to build a strategy as to, okay, this is likely how many people we can actually make uh, get on a call, and then how many can we actually convert at the end of the day?
How many sales calls were you booking from outbound before working together?
Zero.
Okay. And how many sales calls have you gotten as a result of working together?
About 12.
12. Okay, perfect. And so, going through working with us, what results did you achieve as a result of our engagement?
I met users, or sorry, I met potential customers that I would have never met in any other way. So there's no way in hell that they would have reached out to me um, at all, right? So we're a small fish in a very, very large sea, like universe-sized large sea.
And so, what was the experience of working together? Can you go a little bit into that?
Yeah, you're a jerk. It was terrible. Oh man. No, it's really easy. Like I think that there's a lot that I can improve on, and that's what I learned from this experience. So you're a professional at what you do, and very easy to work with. I think that my expectation of how things should go and how things would be working out, that needs to be tweaked. I think that there needs to be an understanding of how to deal with an outbound strategy when you have zero outbound strategy. So there's no like, I came into that super cold, right?
Hmm.
With no idea of what a true outbound strategy looked like, what efforts it takes, that kind of thing. You made it really easy and really clear, but at the same time, it's very new to me.
Where did you first hear about us?
Cold outreach that you
Cold,
emailed me.
cold outreach?
You emailed me and said, "How would you like more leads?" or something like that, and I said, "I've seen this email a million times," and or something similar. So I said, "Okay, cool. Let me click this link like I do every other magical email I get." And so I clicked it, and then I think what convinced me was the flag in the back that says "We the North." And I said, okay, we have something in common. And I said, you know what? He's in Canada for, unless he's like a super fan outside. Why would you pick Toronto? But I thought that was a nice touch. And maybe you did that intentionally. Maybe you didn't do it intentionally. But
No, I didn't even plan that.
yeah, that was that was the thing that I thought, like he seems normal in comparison to a lot of the other, kind of like humanless interactions that I was getting.
Hmm.
And so I appreciated the relationship aspect of, or the thought of the relationship that could be sprung from that video. So I watched the video and I said, you know what, let me talk to you for 15, 20 minutes, whatever the required amount of time was.
And so, You think, well, why did you say you decided to work together? Was it the flag that tipped you off, or?
No, I can't give it to the flag. I think I think that's what got me to the call.
Yeah.
But I think that plus like you being real, right? Like you
Hmm.
being human and uh and not like scripted. Well, it wasn't as scripted as some of the other ones that I've seen that felt so forced. It just seemed like a numbers game.
Hmm.
And when we got on the call, I felt how passionate you were about what you were doing and how into it you were. And so, um, more so than you promising me anything, I was just kind of like, okay, I want to work with him because he reminds me of me when I was younger. So it was like, okay, like I remember the guy that gave me my first opportunity, right? And so I was like, why not? You know, the cost was good enough for me, and it matched up. And I was like, I've tried a lot of stuff that I've lost a lot of money on, and I said, what was the risk here? Right? What's the worst that could happen? And so I said, I lose a little bit of money, but at least I make a friend. So let's see what happens.
I appreciate that a lot, man.
Yeah.
It actually means a lot. That's awesome. Describe the experience of working with us. In what area would you say you got the most value?
I think the insight into the outbound strategy. I think I had been so opposed to the up. Like again, I've been in business for over 13 years, right?
Hmm.
And I've been doing this for over 15, maybe even 20 years now. And I've been against outbound for a long time, mostly because I didn't know a lot about it. I've done some cold calling in the back or back in the day, and I've been successful at it, but not in this field. And so seeing all the people that reach out, like, hey, I'm Todd from design gurus, .com or whatever, right? And I could be your partner. And I get like millions of these right throughout the year. And seeing those, I'm like, I don't want to be one of those guys. And then, when I heard you talk, I thought, if there's all of these Todds in the sea, right? And then an Adam steps in with like actual good portfolio and actual like proper process, actually like wicked reviews and things like that. I'm like, maybe people might pay attention, right? So um I think the value that I got out of this was you bringing how much insight you brought into the outbound strategy and how you were honest. You're like, it's a numbers game. Like we have to reach out to this many people, and the more that we reach out to, the higher the likelihood that we're going to get more into the funnel, and the more that we're going to get down booked into the meetings. That was really, really like fundamentally I knew that, but hearing it from someone that does this was way more impactful. And then you showing me week to week, here are the numbers. We reached out to this many people. We have this many people interested. We're talking to this many people. We are getting potentially this many booked, right? And this is what was booked last week. This is what's coming up. That was super helpful because I was like, oh, like, wow, we sent out 2,500 emails. Like, I couldn't give free drugs to 2,500 people, right? so, so I was like, wow, like we were in front of 2,500 people. That's insane to me, right? So. Mhm.
And so, how likely would you be to recommend us? Like, how likely are you to recommend someone working with our company?
I would say very likely. I think it's a very simple decision. You got to try it. If you don't try it, like tough, give it a shot. You're not going to lose a lot. If you have high acquisition, if you have, cost of acquisition is decently low, and your profit margin on your projects are decently high, you're good. There's not a lot of risk there. Yeah, just try it.
And what would you say to somebody who's on the fence of working with us?
Get off the fence. Like you get in or get out, right? Like if you're 50-50, this isn't for you. You got to be all in, and just do it. Just hurry up. Like you'll be happy you did.
Perfect. And why should they act now?
Because they're on the fence, man. You know what I mean? Like, uh, I think it's simple. Like, I think if the urgency isn't there, if this isn't important enough, if you're still thinking, why should I act now? Just go do your thing. Like, just go on with your inbound strategy or your no strategy at all, whatever it may be. But if there is urgency and you want to, don't wait till the leads run out, right? Like, get the leads going, set up the funnel, and try it to see what works and what doesn't work at the very least.
Perfect. And what would you say we can improve?
I think like a cheat sheet
Mm-hmm.
for people like me would be super helpful. So like a PDF that says like here's how you do follow-ups early on, 1 to 3 months, and then you have
Mm,
like kind of like a template almost. Because like for me, it's so new. You asked me to build a website, I'm gonna build you the sickest website, right?
mm-hmm.
But you asked me to do a follow-up, I'm like, ah, chat GPT, where are you, right? Like, you know what I
Got
mean?
you.
Because it's just so foreign, like it's so different in my brain. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, it's almost unfair to you because
Right.
you're like, yeah, just do the follow. What are you waiting for? And then but the person on the receiving end like me is saying they're like, I don't know how to, right? Like I don't know what the words are
Uh,
to say without being like, hey, just wanted to follow up on where you're at, right? And then it's like they why would they respond to that, right?
okay, I see. I appreciate the feedback. Yeah, I'll definitely incorporate that for next time. But Adam, we're out of time. I appreciate you coming on and doing this, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Sounds good, brother. We'll talk soon.
Take care, man.
Okay, later.
Have a
Bye.
good day.